Coffee. Why it's never just coffee. The world is full of invisible codes, small gestures, everyday rituals, things we stop noticing until we travel or look a little closer. Kaffee und Kuchen. In Germany, coffee happens at a table, not in your hand while walking. You sit. You slice the cake. And when the cup is empty, you're not done yet. In Italy, coffee is a quick interruption. You step inside. Un espresso. The cup arrives, dark, dense. 2 sips. You're back in the street. The Italian way as a point in the day, not a place to stay. In Colombia, someone says, "Un tinto?" The conversation hasn't started yet, but the cup arrives first. It is offered before business begins, before difficult conversations. Coffee as an invitation to soften the moment and ground the day. Coffee isn't only a drink. It's a rhythm, a signal, a small ritual that organizes how people meet. You lift the cup, and without noticing, the conversation waits. You don't drink coffee the same way everywhere. Coffee decides how long you stay. Sometimes the conversation depends on who finishes first. In some places, it lasts 30 seconds. In others, it lasts 2 hours. It looks like caffeine. It's not. Which raises a strange question. Are we drinking coffee or performing a social code? Think about it. Coffee is a social clock. A cup. You wrap your fingers around it. Heat seeps into your skin. For a moment, nothing moves. Not the meeting, not the day, not the argument you were about to have. A habit, a pause between tasks. The other person waits half a second. That pause already says something. But almost nothing we do with coffee is accidental. The way you hold it, the way you drink it, the way you wait. The first sip usually signals something. Morning, work, meditation. Back in time, men sat at wooden tables for hours arguing over ideas that would later become revolutions. Coffee houses. They became spaces of political discussion, where ideas traveled faster with caffeine. Men sat for hours over small cups arguing about the future. In London, they were called Tenny Universities. For the price of a cup, you could access debate, newspapers, and ideas. Ideas moved faster across tables than they could through institutions. One idea passed from mouth to mouth before Parliament even heard it. A man whispers something across the table. The other nods. By evening, 3 more tables are repeating it. No official announcement, just cups and talk. Coffee decides how long you stay. In the Ottoman Empire, coffee houses were places of social gathering, so influential that authorities occasionally tried to regulate or close them. A drink became a public space, coffee and caffeine. A cafe table is usually small, but sometimes what's said there doesn't stay small. 2 people whispering in a corner can change more than a speech. At home, the cup stays full longer, and so does the conversation, or the moment of mindfulness. And 10 minutes later, you feel slightly more capable than you did before. The caffeine wakes you up, but that's not why you're here. Because no one drinks coffee for molecules alone. Because coffee is never just consumed. It is a social event if you allow it to be. In some cultures, refusing coffee can signal distance. In others, drinking too slowly can disrupt rhythm. The same sip, different internal cultural codes. In fast-paced cities, takeaway cups dominate. Coffee becomes portable fuel. In slower environments, the cup anchors you in place. It might be the cafe or your own place. At some point, coffee stopped being about staying awake. You lift the cup at the same time as the person across from you. And if you connect, it decides when you sit, when you stand, and how long you stay. In modern work culture, laptop open, first sip before the first reply. The day doesn't start when you wake up, it starts when you sip. No one says it out loud, but without it, the room moves slower. You've seen it. Some people take coffee breaks. Others drink it while answering emails. In many parts of Latin America and the Middle East, coffee isn't just offered, it's expected. You don't begin with the topic, you begin with the cup. Hospitality begins here, by offering coffee. You are welcomed with it, before anything else. When you're already deep into coffee, in one place you drink standing. In another, you sit whether you meant to or not. In one city, the cup is a punctuation mark. In another, it's an opening. When you land in a new country and order coffee the way you always do, a small gesture, and the rhythm shifts. It's not even about countries. Sometimes it changes from table to table. Every small group has its own way of drinking coffee, its own rhythm, its own unspoken rules. That's when you realize coffee isn't just coffee, because rhythm is learned. Coffee moves hands, schedules, and conversations without asking permission. Morning routine, midday break, afternoon reset, all aligned around the same cup and ritual. It marks human time without a clock, between effort and rest. You probably didn't choose how you drink coffee. You copied someone, you were shown. Maybe a parent, maybe a colleague, maybe the city itself. You learned whether coffee means pause or speed, whether it belongs to the table or to the hand, whether it is ritual or fuel. Ships carry beans across oceans, thousands of miles. But in the way you drink it, you reveal what your culture taught you about time, about connection, about movement and rest. Coffee decides how long you stay. Entire cities wake up at the same hour because of their own morning ritual. And once you see why coffee is not just coffee, you begin to ask, is this a pause or propulsion? And who decided? Timing decides more than caffeine ever could. Watch who finishes first. Watch who stays seated. The next time you sit down for coffee, ask yourself, is this about caffeine or about how your culture teaches you to pause? Coffee organizes mornings, conversations, meetings. What conversations are shaping your life right now? Behind this small ritual, there is something even more fundamental, something older than culture, water, and the quiet power it has to shape entire civilizations. Let's walk.